Joining me now are the Vice President of Paul's Supermarkets, Steve Herman, and College Hunks Hauling junk moving owner, Stephen Bienko is with us. That's a great name. I'm going to get to you in a second.
Thanks, Sean.
Steve Herman, let me start with you. I found your story pretty interesting because both your grandfather and your father were in the supermarket business?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And my grandfather started in 1968.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool story. Now, independent grocers account for what, about 25% of the entire U.S. supermarket industry now?
You are exactly right.
Okay, and how many people work directly? How many people's jobs are we talking about in that industry, in that 25% of the sector?
We account for 944,000 jobs, and that's I think $9 billion in wages. It's a staggering number. $30 billion in wages, excuse me. I believe I'm off on that number. So, yeah, it's a big deal.
All right, talk about, because this is real-life scenario. We just played what the president promised. If you want your plan, you can keep your plan. Average family is going to save $2,500 a year. He said it would only cost $900 billion. It's going to be 3 times that amount. What is the reality that you tried to warn Congress about the law?
Well, there's a couple things, and the way I look at it is that, you know, I'm a simple business guy here in the Midwest, and I got to look at the small parts of it that affect me huge. And they have a new requirement of 30 hours as a full-time employee. And last time I checked, I didn't know there was a requirement of what a full-time employee was by the government. So there's an intrusion there. And if we look at that, there's potential for cost increase up to 10% just by the additional employees that have to go on the health care. And we're a family business. We take care of our employees. We take care of them. And, you know, we're going to do our best. But the problem is looking towards the future on our hiring practices. And then also they have a 50 full-time employee equivalent. So 15 full-time employee equivalent, which is a complicated calculation, you have to offer insurance also. And as I speak to members around my community that are right at that threshold, they're looking at, I might have to close my business down. If they close their business down, that means I have less people shopping in the grocery store. So it's just a cyclical effect that goes across the whole board. So that's where we went on, was the 30-hour full-time, and I think it's common sense. Like I hear you saying, common sense. That's what we do around here, is common sense.
I worked in the restaurant business a lot of years when I was a kid. I was a dishwasher at 12, cook, busboy, waiter, bartender. I did it all. I know the supermarket industry is a lot like the restaurant business, very razor-thin margins. You don't have a lot of room for play in there. Am I pretty accurate about that? It's so competitive?
Oh, you're very accurate about that. We've got a 1.65% on our profit margin, and that's not much. And our healthcare right now, our healthcare accounts for 2/3 of that. So you look at about over a 1% cost on healthcare that's, you know, going out the door right there, and we've offered that. We didn't need the government to tell us how to take care of our employees. We already do take care of our employees.
Bottom line, are you going to have to reduce employees' hours? Are you going to have to let some people go?
Well, the thing is, like I said, we're a family business, so we're going to take care of people that have been with us, have worked hard for us. I think you take care of people that take care of you. The issue is looking forward into the future. Now, how are we going to handle it right now with taking care of the employees that have been with us? You got to talk about charities. I'm on school board back in town here, and we have a Title I district, which means 50% free and reduced lunch, and we have a Buddy Pack program. And the Buddy Pack program used to be funded through the government, which is a great thing. It gives those students food on the weekends. It's not there anymore. So things like that we help fund, we may not be able to fund anymore. So they're just going to continue to hurt people that they're economists, and the people up there, you know, on the hill that model these things, they don't come down to where the real things happen.
All right, Steve Bienko, by the way, I get a kick out of College Hunks Hauling junk mover and owner. I mean, come on, that's pretty good business.
I appreciate it, and it's been good for us so far.
How many years?
3 years.
Okay.
So we are a new startup.
And how many people work for you?
72 overall.
You went to Congress. You said it's a serious threat, Obamacare, to your company.
Absolutely. You know, as a former cadet at the United States Air Force Academy and a former trooper in New Jersey State Police and now an entrepreneur, I truly believe in the American dream. I believe in the prosperity and the opportunity that's presented to us and our obligation as citizens to help people establish that. And I'm now trying to do that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. As only open 3 years and having a mandate placed on us during our biggest growth period. This is when we are trying to hire the most people, have them help us and grow, and most importantly, bring them on culturally into our culture. It's destroying that. It presents that failing opportunity where we can truly provide a culture for them.
Are you going to have to hire people as independent contractors? Are you going to have to, what are you going to have to do?
Not so much as independent contractors, but definitely a reduction of hours, where we have these
You have to get them below 30.
We're going to have to, because it just, in order for us to grow properly, we're not going to be able to afford it. We need every inch we possibly can get in our profit margins in order to help us continue to grow. We're going to have to reduce those individuals who come to us for 30,
and they want more hours, and you want to give them more hours.
You want to give them more hours, they're happier, and it presents a great culture for us, and that's what helps us grow. That's what's helped American grow.
I could never work for your company.
You sure could.
I'm not a hunk. I'm old and I'm gray hair and I'm fat. So I lost weight though.
Somebody would think you're a hunk.
Oh, hey, yeah. There's somebody for everybody. Yeah, real quick. Steve, go ahead.
Real quick, that independent contractor. If you have independent contractors, it still goes to the calculation, so it doesn't help you out.